Runners dispatch from the 1600-metre marker. Mr. O'Neill, one of the trailers early on. Warfarers right there. Mr. Roy, red carpet captains on the outside of runners. Irish Pride is the red cap. Wild Wicked just in front of that. Sylvester the Cat is near the rail. They'll follow it further back. Irish Pride's got the red cap and Dance on Airs along the inside. Nicholas on the outside. Legends near the rail. Then Chicago Beat. That's racing about 8 lengths off the leader. Then Roy Had Enough and Mr. O'Neill. And at the back of the field, Kingston Boy, about 9 or 10 lengths off the leader. Nobody wants to go, but now red carpet captain goes on. Warfarers hard held, then Mr. Roy. Nicholas has got the red cap on the outside. Sylvester the Cat is near the rail, then Wild Wicked. Further back in the field there we find Irish Pride. That's got the red cap. Along the inside, Dance and Airs about 6 lengths off them. Dusra's on the outside of runners. Legend, Chicago Beat, Mr. O'Neill. Then comes Kingston Boy and Roy Had Enough. Homeward bound Christmas handicap, red carpet captain, the leader, Nicholas. Sylvester the Cat between the two, Warfarer. Wild Wicked comes out for a run, Mr. Roy and Dance on Air going for the same split. Red carpet captain, the leader, Warfarer. Sylvester the Cat on the inside. Wild Wicked right on the inside, Roy Had Enough. Roy Had Enough comes home strongly on the inside. And it's Roy Had Enough going strongly though. Roy Had Enough has won it. Second place, maybe Legend, then red carpet captain, Wild Wicked. Number 14, Roy Had Enough, came from one of the trailers, and isn't this kid riding well? This is Lyle Hewitson, Roy Moodley, Frank Robinson. There's the kiss and the salute to the crowd. Roy Had Enough pays up 820 and 290. So Roy Had Enough. Legend will just get second. Red carpet captain runs into third. Fourth to Wild Wicked, Mr. Roy and Sylvester the Cat. Then Nicholas. Further back was Irish Pride, Warfarer, Chicago Beat, Mr. O'Neill, Dance on Air, Kingston Boy. Look at the head-on, the winners on the extreme left-hand side with the white cap, Roy Had Enough. And the 3-year-old of Piero comes good here, travelled to Joburg, comes back here, and under the hands and with a flick down the neck, Roy Had Enough now winner 3 from 11. Comes good, there's the salute from Lyle Hewitson, and he's one of the top riders in the country on that jockey's log at the moment. And Roy Had Enough, as I say, it pays up at the 820, the tote favourite, number 13, Legend. And as I say, hold on to those bipart tickets. It was paying 42,000 going into this leg. Let's see what the final dividend is. Back to the studio.
Well, the only 3-year-old who stood his ground in the Christmas handicap was Roy Had Enough, Frank Robinson, for owner Roy Moodley, and Lyle Hewitson. The champion apprentice was the gentleman that was engaged to ride this horse. And I've chatted to Frank numerous times, as I mentioned in my preview, plans for this horse, where to go. But one of the plans, Frank, you had was you had this race in mind.
Yeah, look, after Joburg, this is an obvious race, you know. We chose obviously to take the blinkers off. You know, I wasn't happy with that business running up front all the time and going flat out and managing to stay on. You know, you're never going to hit the headlines racing that way. So when we went to Joburg, I took them off and he settled quite nicely. The track was quite heavy, which didn't suit him. You know, he's got a very low action weight. Today the ground was nice and firm. Lyle rode a beautiful race on him. I said to Lyle, just miss it slightly and just shoot across and just put him to sleep. And that's what he done. And I mean, he did nothing until for 400 to go. When he picked him up, he just shot past because he'd ridden such a nice race up to that point. You know, we had switched him off and he wasn't fighting. And this is what you know he's capable of. He's got a bright future, so I'm very happy. Well done to Roy. I thought he'd be, I don't know where he is, but good luck to him too. He's got 2 nice Australian horses now with him and Royce Rivera.
The turn of foot, it's a short run in. They skip at the top of the straight. You got ground to make up. Impressive.
Very impressive, and also you know, people don't realise he's a very well-bred horse. You know, yes. Piero is leading the stallion ranks in Australia. He's also the great action. He gets a bit worked up. I've been at the back of him for the last 2 hours. We've got to wash him and settle him down. He has got that problem, but he was okay once he got in the ring, and Lyle took him down. And we done beautifully. And once Lyle settled him, I thought, okay, now we're a runner. But he quickened up beautifully. I was very happy.
Well, the Christmas handicap is yours. Well done.
Thanks
Well
very
done.
much, Steve. Thanks a lot. Thanks to the owners, obviously. And thanks to Lyle. I brought him specially down for the source, and you rode a beautiful race.
Well done. Frank Robinson in form. Next up, let's have Lyle. And, you assisted 100% when we had a chat, because I was up in Gauteng when this horse ran. And although it said it finished 9th, it wasn't the worst of runs considering how badly drawn he was as well.
Yes, you're 100% correct. And he moved up from the back of the field and was 3 lengths off from the 300 to the finish. So he never really laid down. I thought the rest of the field just stayed on strong that day. And the likes of Big Bear that are in that race, if I was riding them here, I would have been very confident. And once Mr. Robinson brought that to my attention, definitely put a twinkle in my eye. And after cantering down for me, it was pretty much race over.
We'll touch on his looks after we touch on his win. You had ground to make up.
Yes, obviously I had the deep draw to contend with, and it was going to be a lot for a young horse to try overcome that. But with saying that, we decided to tuck him in, and that's what won him the race. He really enjoyed it. He switched off but travelled beautifully. And running at horses, I could just feel him building up underneath me. There wasn't an instance where I even thought I needed to go for the stick. He was going so well. So, Mr. Robbins had the tactics spot on, and I'm just so grateful for the opportunity.
We're coming back to the looks because, I often chat to jockeys when they first time they get on a horse, and that connection when you walk into the ring and you see the horse that you're riding, and that's the initial connection. And with this horse, it was all there to see. He was so well turned out by Frank.
Yes, he ticked all the boxes. Like I said, I was just growing confidence from when I saw him to when I sat him to the canter down. Everything was just in the right place, and he gave me such a good feel, and he won a very good race.
The Christmas handicap, you haven't won this?
I won it last year.
You did. I meant Ricky Tikitana. Yeah. I thought as much, so it's a double for you.
Yes, it's a double. This season has always been a good one for me. I had the Group 3 treble last season with this onto the Labello, onto the Flamboyant. So Labello at the end of this week. Unfortunately, no Flamboyant for me, but I look to hold the Labello again.
Well done here, and all the best. A great ride, Lyle, and keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. Just a big thanks to Mr. Robinson. He phoned me straight away, and he was adamant I'd ride this horse, and he was pretty confident too. So I'm just so grateful for that. And to Roy Moodley and the rest of the connections, congratulations.
Well done.
Thank you, and well done to Aventure.
Lovely. Roy Moodley, not on course. Number 14, Raw Had Enough, has come through to win the 2017 Christus Handicap. Well done to you, Roy Moodley.